This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Oh, it's what we do. Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only TV station in town commercial free until the top of the hour.
We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us another look at weather in just a few minutes.
But let's start off with Joy Bergen. We've got to figure out what we're doing as far as the roads. Get us out the door. What do the roads look like right now?
Yeah, so the last time we checked in, things were looking really nice. And I will say, big picture, we have a pretty light morning ahead of us. That said, since the last time we checked in with David Mendoza, he has come across some issues. He is live this morning in SA Specialties Sky 4. I'll turn it over to him for the latest. Good morning, David.
Hey, Joy. Yeah, that's right. It has been a pretty smooth morning, but I'm back at 35 South again as you approach 37 281 to look at the delay. It looks like we're finally starting to build in our delay right now. That's New Braunfels at the top of the screen, that bridge overpass that you see. But yeah, we are starting to back up that traffic, extending past New Braunfels Avenue, almost to Walters Avenue as you enter into the downtown area. Still no major accidents on our highways. This is what I'm tracking right now. I'll keep you updated with what else I see. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And these are the closures he's talking about. Lower level of I-35 southbound between I-37 and I-10. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
Joy, thank you. Here are the top stories to know before heading out the door this morning. A Texas grand jury rejected indictments against a federal agent who shot and killed a local man last year. Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones and Representative Ray Lopez are pushing for an independent investigation into the shooting.
Tennessee Republican Congressman Tim Burchett joins the push for Congressman Tony Gonzales' resignation. Mr. Gonzales has been under fire for allegations that he had an affair with a former staffer.
4 people on a Florida boat were killed by Cuban troops on Wednesday. Cuba's government said the troops returned fire after being shot at by the people in the boat.
And here at San Antonio, VIA board members unanimously voting against a free fare program that was initiated by Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones. VIA shot down the program over its potential impact on the budget and existing partnership.
Emma Allen at the live desk. Live pictures coming out of Chicago this morning where memorial services are being held for civil rights leader Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. They're set to begin today. Chicago was the city he called home for decades. The protege of Martin Luther King Jr. and founder of the Rainbow Push Coalition will be in Chicago for 2 days before additional services in Washington and his home state of South Carolina. Jackson died last week at 84 years old after battling a rare neurological disorder. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson says the city is honoring his legacy as a freedom fighter while flags in several states are flying at half staff. Family members say the services will be open to the public. That's the latest from the live desk.
Emma, thank you. In an update on a fire burning near Fredericksburg, the Gillespie County Sheriff's Office says the Nebo Mountain fire is 100% contained. Fire crews still investigating the cause of the blaze, which burned more than 1,000 acres of dry grass and brush. Despite its size, no evacuations were ordered.
Parents with kids who go to the 4 schools that Judson ISD will close next summer say they don't know what to do next year, and many might apply for school vouchers for private or even charter schools.
I feel like that's part of the problem that Judson's having is we're getting all this funding for kids to go to charter or private school, and we're not getting enough funding for our public schools. And so why would I contribute to the added problem, but I still want to help my son at the same time? So I'm going to wait and see after I meet with these. I have 2 other schools in mind.
Well, we should point out that the Texas legislature approved an $8.5 billion funding package last summer, which is a record investment for public schools, and it takes effect next year. As far as the voucher program, more than 130,000 students in Texas have applied for school vouchers. The state's cap is at about 100,000, so not everyone obviously will be getting one. Students who do qualify must meet specific criteria that's related to disability status, income levels, and prior school enrollment. Deadline to apply for the voucher, March 17th.
Time now 6:46. Students at East Central High School are planning a protest against ICE during a school board meeting tonight. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon joins us live with more on what the students hope to achieve. Good morning, Christina.
Yeah, good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. You know, several students from East Central taking part in an anti-ICE protest that happened earlier this month on February 13th. And with lots of people all over the city, including students from other school districts, they're hoping the board members are going to drop their punishments and expunge all their disciplinary actions from their records from that day. Now, this anti-ICE rally is one of peace, they say, as they joined a national wave of walkouts demanding justice for those in detention centers. They are very passionate about this subject. The group said that students at the time were given expulsions, in-school suspensions, and chased around in golf carts off campus. So tonight that they hope that they're not going to face that disciplinary action and would like parents, lawyers, and even staff to join in them in this protest against ICE. Now, tonight's event's going to be during their board meeting. It is set to begin at 5 p.m. And of course, we'll let you know what happens. Reporting live in the Content Center, I'm Christina De Leon. David, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Christina, thanks. The Supreme Court upheld the murder conviction of a local man who will now stay in jail. David Villarreal was sentenced to 60 years in prison for stabbing Aaron Estrada to death in their apartment back in 2015. Villarreal appealed the conviction, claiming his Sixth Amendment right to counsel was violated because the trial judge did not allow his attorneys to discuss testimony with him during an overnight recess. The Supreme Court rejected that claim and then sided with the lower Texas courts.
A Bexar County man is in jail thanks to a takedown involving sheriff's deputies and FBI agents. 19-year-old Joe Juan Torres was allegedly at a home near Caspian Bend and Ron Roads on the northwest side in possession of drugs. Investigators say those drugs included psychedelic mushrooms and THC vape cartridges. Torres also allegedly was found with a shotgun and more than $23,000 in cash. He was taken to the Bexar County Jail and faces a slew of felony drug charges.
6:48. The family of a second victim killed outside of a hookah lounge last week is now speaking out. 50-year-old Ki-Young Chang died last week in a shooting just outside the Mist Hookah and Ultra Lounge. 27-year-old Derek Brown was also shot and killed. Now, Chang's cousin was there at the bar that night. He says his family is heartbroken by the loss.
You wouldn't want people, I guess, dwelling on this or affecting their lives in a negative way. If you knew him, you just, in honor of him, just continue to have good times.
Chang is an Army veteran who leaves behind a wife and 2 children. He was also the family's sole provider. A GoFundMe account has been set up to support them.
North Carolina mother is speaking out after a daycare teacher hot glued her 3-year-old daughter to a chair. Ashley Mejias says she noticed the burns on her daughter's legs as she was getting her ready for bed. That's when her daughter told her about the incident. Court documents reveal the former teacher, LaShawna Williams, put hot glue on the chair, then sat the 3-year-old down, causing second-degree burns. Mejias brought the incident to the school, and the teacher admitted to what she'd done.
I'm supposed to trust you with my kid all day. You're supposed to be a figure for them, she trusted her. And now you did that to her, and what lasting effects is she going to have that we can't see now?
Williams pled guilty to misdemeanor child abuse along with other charges. She was sentenced to 10 days in jail, 6 months supervised probation, and 24 hours of community service.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
Hey guys, before weather, real quick, I got a special shout out to one of our very loyal viewers. So we have a picture, in fact. This is Wyatt McVoy. There he is right there, my man Wyatt. He is a 4th grader at Garden Ridge Elementary School. His mom says that Wyatt watches us during the 6 a.m. show every morning and then fills her in on the stories that he's learned about and the weather as they go to school. And she really relies, A, Jeannette, on your weathercast, and B, on Joy, because they live out, obviously, 35, and she's coming into work. So 35's always, she's always like, hey, boss, I'm going to be late, because of 35. Anyway, it's cool stuff. And not to brag, but Wyatt says he loves Sakata Mondays. So that was pretty cool. In fact, he's starting his own Sakata Monday at school. By the way, shout out to his siblings. That was sister Isabella and his brother Drake. Cool family. And bottom line, sincerely, it is flattering to know that you guys make us part of your morning routine. So it's really cool.
It.
He watches what we do, and then he goes and tells her, like, hey, I learned this about Cuba, or I learned this about, like, all the stories that we're talking about. So it's I just thought that was the
probably
coolest
goes
thing.
to school and tells his classmates and teachers
Yes.
what the weather's
And he
gonna
does
be
that
for
too.
the day.
Yes.
Oh, good
Hi,
morning.
Wyatt.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Wyatt. Yes, thank you for watching. And let's get to weather so you can tell folks at school what's going to happen.
There you go.
Elevated fire danger today. That means that with the conditions that we have, the heat that's coming, the increased winds, plus the dry conditions, that low humidity, that's going to elevate the fire danger. Near record heat today. The record for the day is 91, set in 1954. There you go, Wyatt. That's a little tidbit for you. We're going to get up to about 90 degrees, well above the normal high. Pattern change coming next week. Not as hot. We'll have some more clouds, and we could see rain. Hopefully. Forecast fire danger for today, highest across the west. You can see very high to pockets of extreme. Not so high across the east, and that's really due to just an increase of moisture from the Gulf. It's going to be driest and windiest west of I-35. Red flag warning for those areas. Fire weather warning from 11 this morning until 7 o'clock this evening. And I would say go ahead and just imagine that Bexar County is included in that, just because the winds will be increasing throughout the day here as well. Dew points lowest across the west, 30s and 40s. Low 60s across the east, and you can see that here in San Antonio, that dew point has dipped into the upper 40s. Temperatures right now pretty comfortable, mostly 50s, few spots across the east in the low 60s, some 40s to the north and west where the air is drier. Here is the tail end of a very weak front draped across North Texas. No rain with that here. All of the rain is across the east. There is some snow on the northern edge of that system, and that's falling across southern Ohio. We will see this front slowly moving to the south throughout the day. It's going to kind of stall out this afternoon across central Texas. Before that gets here, it's really going to get hot, and then it's going to pass through the area this evening. That's why tomorrow, in wake of the front, won't be as hot as today. This area of high pressure is going to keep any rain, any big storm from entering the region in the coming days. But watch what happens. It weakens, it moves away, and the pattern should be changing next week as a trough sets up to the west. We'll see a series of upper level disturbances moving along that trough. Most of the rain will be across the north and west, North Texas, West Texas. That's why the chance for rain is not so high in San Antonio and the eastern zone. However, to the west of us, rain chances will certainly pick up mid to late next week. So I have it dry through Monday, small rain chance Tuesday, 30% rain chance now for us Wednesday and Thursday. 83 tomorrow. Next week, you can see high temperatures beginning on Monday at 79. Here's the extended forecast for everybody else. The western part of our viewing area, you're looking at the best rain chance next Wednesday, Thursday, possibly even Friday. 40% rain chance for the hill country on Wednesday. And here's the next 7 days across the east.
All right, traffic's still looking pretty good. We do have a stalled vehicle on Loop 410. That's going to be the westbound lanes at San Pedro. A little bit of crowding happening as you approach that, but still not a major delay. Downtown, the construction closures here are slowing us down a little bit. Southbound lanes of I-35 between I-37 and I-10. There's a look at the backup stretching behind it. And we do have photojournalist David Mendoza. He joins us live from SA Specialties Sky 4. Hi, David.
Hey, Joy. So it's been a very smooth morning so far. Right now I'm over I-10 headed towards 1604 on the northwest side of town. Still no major working accidents on our highways. I'll leave you with that. Drive safe and have an excellent day. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
Emma Allen at the live desk. FBI Director Kash Patel posting to X saying the FBI and other partners just arrested a former U.S. Air Force pilot who allegedly was training pilots in the Chinese military. Officials say 65-year-old Gerald Brown Jr., seen there, known by the call sign Runner, was arrested in Indiana and is charged under the Arms Export Control Act for allegedly training members of China's People's Liberation Army Air Force without a required State Department license. According to the criminal complaint just released, Brown traveled to China in 2023 and remained there until returning to the U.S. earlier this month. Officials say the case underscores national security concerns about former U.S. military personnel sharing specialized training with foreign governments. That's the latest from the live desk.
All right, Emma, thank you. If there is a city in America that will love this story, it is you, San Antonio, because I know you and me love our hard rock music. The rumors are true. Metallica is going to Vegas. The band announced a residency at the Sphere for 8 shows in October. And get this, no songs will be repeated on subsequent nights, which means fans will have to go to 2 shows, a Thursday night show and a Saturday night show, if they want to see the entire set. So if you want to hear Sandman, you're going to have to go to both, or pick correctly. Either way, tickets go on sale March 6th.
I'd go see it, even though I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah, you would.
Talk about packing for a big trip. Check out what the Spurs players are packing up as they head across the Atlantic. The San Antonio Spurs are celebrating their French roots with Spurs Week Paris. The team will be in France for 3 days from tomorrow until Sunday. Even though the team is not playing regular season games this year, the Silver and Black is hosting fan interaction community events, along with an official watch party in Paris. It's all part of the team's deep and long-term commitment to France. Hall of Famer Tony Parker and current superstar Wemby are French.
Yeah, they're big there. I went there one time, cover a training camp with them, Lyon, France.
Oh,
it was at the height of
fancy.
Tony Parker's popularity.
Well,